Hi, this is Jessica. We'll get started in just a moment. Thanks for joining. Is your computer muted? This is my I was on mute. Jess is not. Yeah. Okay, well, it is noon, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for joining us. We will try to make this as quick as we can. I understand that you're joining us over lunch, and I have Tallery here with me. She's on the line with Little Brownie.
Hello, Jessica.
Hi, thanks for being here. All right, we'll go ahead and begin. Something amazing happens when a girl participates in the Girl Scout Cookie Program. She gains the power to, drum roll please, wow the world. This is our 2020 Cookie Campaign theme. We're excited to introduce to you and see if it lets me move on. Bear with me just a moment.
We really wanted to make sure you guys got the theme.
Okay, so we'll just take it from here. Okay, so this afternoon we're going to help you understand your role in the 2020 cookie sale, give you the materials you need to train your other leaders around the sale, and make sure that you know all about the resources available to you for a successful sale. Again, I'm Jessica Stacy. I'm the product program specialist, and I have Tallery Wright with me here. Heather Law from GSUSA will be joining us later in the presentation. I also have Gagine Allen from Troop Support here supporting me and the sale, and Miss Angela Brooks to tell you a little bit more about some of our events later on in the presentation. So we've got a full house in here on this webinar this afternoon. So just a reminder of why we even do the cookie program. It really is to help the girls develop these 5 essential skills: goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. These are the foundation of the cookie program, and want to make sure that we keep these in mind as we get into the start of our season. So as you may have heard, we have some exciting news to share with you, and I'll let Tallery take over.
Yes, we have a new cookie. It is the Lemon Up. She is the latest in our lineup of 8. She replaced our retired Savannah Smile, and she is under a press embargo until January 7th. What does that mean? That just means we won't put her on any media, and we won't broadcast her widely through our social media until we make our big splash on the 7th. Alrighty, so what's confidential? The cookie itself, images of the cookie, the name of the cookie, the packaging. You as the service unit will receive 1 package per troop to be able to have your troops train the parents, let the girls have a taste. So they will be in your hands. Just remind your troops not to share them broadly in the media. Awesome. So our Lemon Up are crispy lemon cookies baked with lemon glaze and an inspiring message to lift your spirits. We have made them with natural flavors and colors, no high fructose corn syrup, no partially hydrogenated oils, 0 grams of trans fat, and it is certified mass balanced palm oil. So clean, delicious, sweet ingredients. We also have wonderful Girl Scout messaging on our cookies. I'm a goal-getter, innovator, risk-taker, leader, bold, creative, strong, and gutsy. These were voted on by adults and girls all around the country, and these were the top 8. Awesome. So they join our overall lineup this season, and you guys may have received communication prior to now about the price changing this season. The 6 core cookies, which are the Livin' Up, Samoas, Tagalongs, Do-si-dos, Trefoils, and Thin Mints, will go from $4 to $5 this season. And the Girl Scouts S'mores and Toffee-tastic, since they are specialty cookies, s'mores have special ingredients, non-GMO ingredients, and the Toffee-tastic have gluten-free ingredients. Those will go from 5 to 6. So the council itself pays $1 more for those cookies, so they're going to keep that in line with the pricing that they pay. There's an FAQ in your Truth Manual that you will receive with all your other print materials about the price increase so that you can tell your girls about it. Gagine is looking up the page for me right now so I can quote it to you specifically. I think it's page 34. So you will have all the information you need to tell the girls what they need to know. And you will also have a new cookie crumble, letting you guys know the breakdown of where that money is going. It all stays in council. There will be a new tiered Truth Proceed. You guys can read about that in your manuals as well. So Truth with a certain PGA will be able to earn more money through the price increase year, and service units will get a penny added to their service unit proceeds. Jessica, would you like to speak to that anymore?
Sure. So this did come up in our in-person training last night, and we will be sending you a breakdown of the cookie crumble, a graphic to go along with what Tallery said. And again, that frequently asked questions will be found on page 34 of your manual. Hopefully you received a digital copy of the manual before the training tonight. So let me speak to that tiered system for just a moment. Again, if you're following along, this is on page 34. The tier 1 is 1 through 349 PGA. The new proceed will be 75 cents per box, and that's an increase of 25% from last year. The second tier will be a PGA of 350 or more, and your troop will be receiving 80 cents per box, and this would be an increase of 33% last year. So we're excited for the opportunity to be able to, for you guys to earn more this season. Okay, and this slide looks a little bit different. Since you're joining me via webinar, you should have access to the manual via the link I sent you, and the other materials will be coming to you in the mail. That includes your permission slip, receipt books, envelopes, the order card, your training cookies, and the Lemon Ups for your girls to sample. These were sent with our service unit cookie consultants who were able to join us last night. It's a cool tool that we were able to give you guys. It's a social media planning tool. It's a cute little agenda with stickers to kind of help you plan out your social media resources throughout the sale. So I will be sending out a link to you guys on Friday. It will be the registration to sign up for your cookie rally. This link will be available October 25th through November 22nd. We bumped it up a little bit this year to allow you guys to have more weekends to do your rallies. So your items will be available for pickup the week of December 16th through the 20th. The email that I'll be sending out on Friday will include a link to your rally guide with the activities listed. It will let you know which supplies will be coming from council. It also allows you to sign up for your recognition kits for a $20 deposit. And if you'd like to rent a costume, that will also be available for a $20 deposit. I do want to speak to this asterisk here. One of the activities included in the rally guide is a cute little goal tracker that the girls can make out of a toilet paper roll or a tissue paper roll, or paper towel roll, excuse me. So I just wanted to include that. If that's something that your troop might be interested in making, might want to just keep that in the back of your mind to keep those things on hand and collecting those for the time being. The items available for you to purchase are the same as last year. We did not go up on these prices. The rally patches will be available in the store for $1, and you will be able to purchase cookies for taste testing stations for $1.50. The link to the tea will also be available in the email that I send out on Friday. The registration for the tea is the same window for the materials. It will be open from October 25th to November 22nd. And the teas will be available for pickup when you pick up your rally kits the week of December 16th through the 20th. So if you're following along in the manual with me, please go ahead and turn to page 12. We'll talk about some key points in preparing for the sale. As you guys get prepared, we're going to want to make sure that we designate a troop cookie consultant who is an approved volunteer and ensure that they will be trained on the troop training that we're hosting on November 12th, whether that's in person or via webinar. Please make sure that you've completed the troop paperwork on page 46 and 48 in the back of your manual. Start having the conversations and brainstorming with the girls about their goals for this year and build excitement about the sale. Make sure that we schedule a parent meeting. Parents are critical in the success of the sale. We want to make sure that they are knowledgeable and have the information that they need as well. Make sure that eBuddy is up to date. We will be starting to import girls December 2nd, and I want to point this out. It was November 1st in our materials last night. So I did want to clear that up, that we are starting the eBuddy imports on December 2nd. I will also be sending that out via email after this webinar. And those rosters will be updated twice a week on Tuesday and Thursday. Also, please double check that your troop account is up to date. Moving on to page 13, preparing the girls for the sale. What are their goals for this year? Set goals and create a budget to achieve these. Discuss which badges they are able to earn throughout this season. Have the girls share their sales pitch among each other and with the volunteers and parents. And this will be something very important to practice as we are going to be in a price increase year. So getting comfortable with navigating that and having them share what their favorite cookie is. Have them practice making change. And we'll go over the safety activity points in just a moment here. Review the Troop Fund rules and be sure to celebrate the girls' successes. And moving on to page 14, some talking points to cover when you do have your parent meeting with your parent volunteers. Explain the goals that the girls have discussed and a strategy on how to achieve them. Make sure and distribute and review all the available materials with the parents. Please make sure that the parents have completed a permission slip. It is imperative that each girl have one in order to participate in the sale. Form a plan for delivery and pickup. Establish guidelines as to when cookies may be checked out with you. Because I'm sure we all want to set some boundaries there and don't want to be called at 3 a.m. with a request for more cookies. Be sure and talk to your parents about receipts and money. This is critical, and Tallery will be speaking to this a little bit later in the presentation, and as well as reviewing the booth sale etiquette. And Tallery will speak to that, and I will speak to the social media guidelines in just a moment as well. Again, these safety activity check points are located on page 15. Make sure that we're partnering with adults. Do not leave money unattended, and show that you are a Girl Scout. So something new this year this is new from GSUSA as of Friday. It came out after our troop manual went into print, but the girls may use the internet to share their cookie program sales link. In the past, it has been limited to private accounts, and we wanted to limit the link sharing between friends and family. This year, we are trying for a trial period to extend that out, that it may be shared outside the boundaries of friends and family. Heather, did you want to add to that?
No, I mean, you captured it really well. So we do still have some restrictions in place that parents will see on the terms and conditions. So a couple of things, when they sign terms and conditions, there are a couple pieces referenced along with the safety activity checkpoints. And we'll be getting those out to everyone to make sure that it gets down to the parent level. There are some additional safety guidelines that we need to have everyone take into consideration. And there are some digital marketing tips. We don't want girls just, there should still be girls doing it. And we don't want girls just, spamming every email address they can find, but really thinking about email marketing and how they're going to market their product. So we've got some tools that will help them do that. And if anything, if they do kind of run afoul of what we would like to see happen, we would still, if they were sharing personally identifying information or using copyrighted information, we would still shut down their site if it were absolutely necessary. So we don't anticipate this. We're using this as a trial and a learning year, but really we're excited that it's going to allow girls to dig in and get some great email marketing skills under their belt.
Thank you so much. Okay, and now I'm going to hand it over to Tallery to talk about technology slides with eBuddy.
Awesome. So whenever you get into eBuddy the first time this season, you should be receiving an email invitation to the 1920 season. Go ahead and click the next slide so they can see what that looks like. Perfect. You as the service unit will obviously be getting these first, and then the troops will receive them after you. So this is going to have a link that you guys will click on to go through the process. We'll show the next slide so you can see what that looks like. This was new last year. The Cookie Tech portal is where you will go the first time to confirm your new password for the upcoming season. Go ahead and click the next slide. And you will enter all this information, as will the troops. It is required. Yes, they could lie about it, but it will be required that they have information in the system. And that's great because you can look at this information during the sale when you need to communicate with them directly. New this year, when you first get into eBuddy, is you will be able to see all the cookie-related programs, so you don't have to keep them on your favorite tab on your browser. So there's a digital cookie link that'll take you straight to the sign-on page. There is a link to the cookie locator, which is how customers are able to find cookies from girls by putting in their zip codes, so you can kind of check about the zip codes in your area. And then the Bill by Me planner is for new troop leaders. They put in their level and the ways they'll participate in the sale, like booth sales, door-to-door, online sales, and it'll spit out a checklist so that they know what to do, have a meeting first, how to get prepared for the sale, and it'll have a lot of templates for crafts and rally activities. So the Bill by Me planner is a great place to go. You might not have known about it before, but now you do. So how do you get in if you didn't receive that welcome email? Well, just go to eBuddy. It's probably saved on your favorite tab. If not, you can just Google eBuddy and then put in your email address, your preferred email address for eBuddy, and click Forgot Your Password. So that should be able, that's a backdoor secret way to get in for the season if you're having trouble. Same with your troops. If they know they're supposed to be in eBuddy, they can use their password. They can use their email from last year and then click on Forgot Your Password to be able to get in for the season. You guys are my biggest troop app using council. So you are tech savvy to the extreme. This is you. More than half of your troops are using the Troop app. And that is wonderful. And even more wonderful, last year you did not have access to the Troop app to be able to do what you do in eBuddy on your phone or your iPad, but now you do. So welcome to the service unit version of the Troop app. It is available in Apple and Android stores right now. So it's got the little symbol of little people with the Troop app hash. If you get in using your email address as a service unit user, you can now have this view that you see to the left, where you can see important messages. If you click on Troops on the bottom left, you'll have a list of all your troops in number order. You'll be able to approve food. You're going to be able to do all sorts of great things with the new service unit view. So on the far left here, that's what it's going to look like with all of your troops in the system for their initial order. The middle is the booth sale approval process. And then on the right, you can send emails to all of your troops through the branch email feature. So everything you can do in eBuddy, you can now do in the Troop app. So the Troop app is also going to have push notifications. So if council wants to send you a message about important dates, that'll show up as you see that little red one in the top right corner of important messages. It'll show up on your app, and you'll be able to open and read those. You're also going to be able to send those directly to your troops if you have important information to share. This is what the initial order looks like for the troops on the far left. These are all of their girls in the middle. They can enter their initial order into the app by January 6th. That'll be a big date this season. You guys know the initial order is a big important date. So mark your calendars, and they can assign packages to the girls in the girl order section. Basically everything the troops can do, anybody, they can do in the Troop app. They can order from the cupboards, and that's what this view is for. It looks kind of like eBuddy, it's just a little bit condensed to the screen. They can sign up for booths, and they can put themselves on the boot wait list, and they can enter My Sales through the Troop app. And that's what it looks like right here. You can also change your contacts. If there's a parent who needs to be able to pick up cookies from the cupboard, but you don't want them touching anything else, they can be a pickup only user, and you can set that in your Troop app. If you want the parents to record the sales at booth, they can be a booth sale recorder only user, and you can set that through your Troop app as well. All right. As we said, the initial order is due for troops on January 6th. You will have a day or two more to be able to fix anything that went wrong. Our recommended, the council's recommended order is still 190 boxes per girl selling. New troops recommended 100 boxes per girl. And your per girl average in this council is around 300 plus packages. So in a price increase year, this is still a safe initial order to be able to get the girls what they need to get through the first few weeks of booth sales. And these will be the prizes below. You guys will see this on the order card and your materials whenever they get shipped to you. So these are going to be the rewards for the Troop Initial Order PGA. And your troops get a special treat this season. The Troop dashboard is new and improved, beautiful, with lots of metrics at the top so that they can see the types of cookies, the varieties that they sold last year so that they know how many to order. They can see by grade how many cookies the girls sold per their grade level. And then you can see more information about your DOC cookies on your dashboard too. That's at the top. They're also going to be able to see the covers mapped out on Google Maps. Whenever they click Show Map, you will be able to see your closest cupboard. So that'll be great for some people who are aware about their closest cupboard. And your email address will be in the middle of the page. Right, you see it smack dab, that little middle part right there is going to be your email address for what's in eBuddy. And then below are links to some of the great resources we have at Little Brownie, like the Build by Me Cookie Planner. So here's the settings tab. The first thing you guys should do when you get into eBuddy for the season is to check the settings tab. If you're a troop, see how many girls are in there. Is it the correct amount? Do you have all your co-leaders in there? Do you need to add some of your co-leaders? This information is put in the system by council, and it's based on the MyGS system. So if you don't see a girl in there, then you need to be contacting council to make sure that you have everybody registered for the season. So on the Contacts tab, and this is for your service unit level, you have Contacts Email Branch. And that is for you to be able to communicate with your troops anytime during the season. So you guys can attach files if you have something really cool, like a marketing piece, or if you need to send out the agreement, the troop agreement, you can do that through the email branch. You can also put things right on their dashboard in Settings, Edit Message, and it shows up on the troop dashboard and they have to acknowledge it. All right. Girls this year are going to be uploaded weekly, and like Jessica said, this has been corrected to December 2nd, and they're going to be updated on
Tuesday and Thursday.
On Tuesday and Thursday. So if you don't see a girl there, just make sure you're looking Tuesday and Thursday to see after the uploads that she's been added after she's been registered. Shirt size and sales goal are open for data entry. All right. So when you place your initial order, your direct sale, so you place most of your order in the other column so that you can move them around between the girls when the sale's actually happening. So this is a view of your initial order page. Make sure you put it in that highlighted other column. The Toffee Tastic is still suggested as 6 boxes per girl because that'll keep you from having too many of the more expensive cookie. That's still a good suggestion. And when the troops are done, they just click submit the initial order. Once the troop has selected their initial order, they need to find a delivery site. The OKC Metro warehouse pickups this year are on January 24th to 25th. So if you live in the Oklahoma City area, the 24th and 25th are your pickup dates. If you live in the outside service unit, which would be a lot of people on this call, January 27th through February 1st. Once they get those cookies, it's all engines go, so they're ready to sell after that. All right, the most important page of all, receipts. Receipts are not only a good idea, they transfer financial responsibility of cookies. Receipts should be written for every transaction, cookies and money. And you guys will receive these receipt books in your print materials coming up in the next couple of weeks. Please pass them out to the troops. Make sure every troop has receipts. Parents must sign each of them. And this is the correction. Parents can check out up to 8 cases per girl. And that'll just protect you from someone that might end up being a debt risk later on. So that's to your discretion, but the suggestion is 8 cases per girl. And parents must turn in money before they can check out more cookies. That's good policy. That's good policy nationally. And parents cannot return cookies to the troops. No returns, no returns, no returns. Write receipts, write receipts, write receipts. This is where the troops allocate their cookies in the girl order tab. You guys have probably done this a million times, especially if you have your own troop. You do add a transaction. You put the packages at the bottom that the girl has checked out from you. And then you put, if she's paid, in the paid column, what she has paid you so far. So you can track all of the payments and all of the big.
Okay, and so on the right side of the screen are the ACH deadline dates. I will be sending out an email. This is Jessica. I'll be sending out an email with a reminder when those dates are upon us, just so you guys are aware. And again, these are really important dates, so have those marked on your calendars and be looking for a reminder email as we get closer to time.
And we still plan on doing putting in the payments tab a week ahead of the ACH, what the troops owe at that point. This schedule is very similar to last year in the timing and the spacing of it. So just have your troops make sure they check that payments tab a week before the ACH is due. And if you have a troop that's not going to be able to make their payments, please send the council a notice in writing 48 hours before the deadline. Please, if possible, 48 hours before, and send to info@cswestmpa.org. All right. Money should be deposited into your account on a regular basis. Checks must be deposited into the bank account within 30 days of written date. Never deposit money into a personal account, and do not accept checks without pre-printed information on them. If you could just read this out loud to the groups. Good information is legal information, and it's just good to have. Booth sales. So let's talk about booth etiquette a little bit. Adults should be approved volunteers if they are handling money. Be on time for your booth, but do not arrive early and expect to take over when you arrive. Generally, just be courteous. Follow the Girl Scout law when you're having a booth, and make sure to pick up after yourself. You guys already know all these rules. It's just nice to have a slide to be able to speak to it in your troop training, but definitely reiterate it every season. Okay, your first booth sale sign-up is January 17th at 9 p.m. First booth sale sign-up, January 17th, 9 p.m. There will be one round before that for people who made the fall requirements or the early bird requirements, and council will be communicating with you about that. And we are able to facilitate that in eBuddy. The troops that have made that extra special round have already been known. We already have the list. So we will make sure that you are aware of who those troops are. If you're not going to use your booth in eBuddy, use your booth in eBuddy. So brand new here in the top right corner, you get to see your next sales, what date they are. There will be a release button so that the troops can see that right on their dashboard and release it if they know a girl's gotten sick or if they're double booked. So just make sure they're releasing that. And if they want to get an email for a booth that has been already taken up and they're hoping to get it if somebody releases it, there's a notify me if a slot opens. And new this year, you guys can see how many people are waiting for that slot. So a lot of fun new features on the booth sales this season. They can always go put in their My Sales, and council will approve those daily during business hours, and they're on a first come first serve basis. The My Sales are not Walmart. They are not. What are the other council booths? Lowe's, Sam's, Costco. Right. You guys typically know the council booths that are gotten by council. Everything else is a My Sale. Adding it to My Sale is important because it puts it on the locator for customers to be able to find it. And if you guys want to make your booth sale recording life easier, you can go to the LBB booth sale recorder. It's in eBuddy. It's on the booth tab, and it's a great way to quickly and efficiently assign packages to girls. You can either check the names of all the girls who are there, and eBuddy will evenly distribute all cookies sold, or you can just hand enter it, and then you have a record of all the booths that you've been at in the past. You know how good one is versus another, and it pushes over to the girl order tab, so you just do that automatically. Cookie cupboards, they're located across the council. Most of them are run by volunteers out where you guys are. There is a place in eBuddy if you run a cupboard that you can require troops to only be able to put in orders in a certain amount of advance time. So 48 hours is typical, but you could make it more or less based on your needs if you're a cupboard person. Cookies must be checked out in full cases. There are no returns on cookies picked up from a cupboard. There are only returns on initial order cookies, and that's only in special circumstances where a troop may have over-ordered. This is what the cookie cupboard page looks like when you teach your troops about it. This is what you can show them. There's a note section for each cupboard if there's special instructions about where to park or what you need to do special to be able to pick up your cookies. And you have to place them within these hours of operation over to the right. So the cupboards are busy human beings with their own troops and service units, so please try to mind the hours of operation as best you can. Whenever you're making a transfer to another troop, if you have too much product or you need to trade varieties, if you're the troop giving away the cookies, you need to put that in eBuddy. And this is the screen and what it looks like in the transaction tab when you're giving away those cookies. And the troop taking the cookies from you will accept that transaction. So that way the money goes where it needs to and the cookies go where they need to. This is our beautiful cookie exchange. We added more instructions to it this season so that it's a little bit easier to use. If you have varieties that you have purchased or you've taken too many of from council, like the Dositos, maybe some Thin Mints, just put them in right here on the update packages to exchange. And then it'll show up down below for all the troops in the council to see if they need to pick up those varieties. We will open that in March again this year, just like we did last year. So this will be a great place to advertise those end-of-season varieties you might have too much of. And of course, CoolBrownie.com has a lot of resources, a lot of splits for activities. You see it very tiny at the top left. It says social resources. We have Facebook posts. We have Instagram that you can just automatically click and push over that way. We have a lot of ideas for girl activities and games. So check out our website. And I'm going to pass it on over to Heather Law, our GSUSA person who runs the digital cookie.
Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us on your lunch hour or whatever time you managed to squirrel away to listen to this. We really, really appreciate all of your hard work as volunteers making the cookie sale possible. So I know that digital cookie is not new to most of you, probably to any of you. Just letting you know a couple of things that we're going to see this year. So there is a new gift box that's going to be available, and in it, customers will be able to choose 5 varieties of cookies that get put into a cute little gift package, and those will be shipped to whoever they choose. So the shipping is the same as if they were 5 regular boxes of cookies. There is a small fee for the gift box, and it comes with a really cute gift card and gift message to the recipient as well. So when we were doing that and adding in the new lemon and adding in the new cookie boxes, which I don't know if they've seen any images of yet, but all the cookie packages are got a refresh this year too. So we updated the checkout. So customers will get a new look when they see checkout. They'll see some new things there. It'll look really great. And of course have lemon ups instead of Savannah's now too. So a little refresh on a few of those things. Pardon me. One big change that I guess as a direct sale impacts you guys a little less, in-person delivery. You don't have an initial order in eBuddy, do you? They don't.
They won't use that.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I get to work with 72 councils and trying to keep everyone straight. It's a little confusing sometimes, so bear with me on that. So beyond that, the mobile app is back. It'll have, of course, Lemon Up in it, but not too many changes there. We're hoping to possibly have some OCR recognition, which would allow the girl to scan a credit card at checkout instead. So we're looking at that, and we'll keep everyone posted on if that's going to happen coming up as well. So we'll do the next slide. So you can see the dates there. Your upload is December 10th. So we really, as was mentioned previously, we want everyone as soon as they can getting into eBuddy, because eBuddy tells DOC who gets to be in DOC. So we wanted all the girls in eBuddy so that DOC knows about them, all the volunteer information updated as well, so that DOC has access for those volunteers. We know it's really difficult for you and for parents when we find out, after orders have started, that there's a girl who's not showing up in troop, and we come to find that she's in the wrong troop. So as much as we can get that sorted out ahead of time, the easier it'll make everyone's life moving into that too. Okay, next slide. And nothing has changed between DOC and eBuddy. You'll still see in eBuddy all the orders showing up there to DOC deliver and ship and donate. I will tell you that the gift boxes, they will show up not as a gift box by themselves. It'll show up as a 5-pack of the cookies. So it'll still show DOC ship. And if they order 2 boxes of Thin Mints and 3 boxes of Samoas in the gift box, that order will show 2 boxes of Samoas and 3 boxes of Thin Mints. So it won't show that it's a gift box per se. So you'll still see all those cookies. The girl will get credit for the individual cookies in the gift box as well. So nothing has changed there either. You guys are doing a fantastic job at utilizing digital cookie. You can see that more and more girls are getting on and utilizing it. As parents realize and leaders realize the benefits of it, all the sales that are made on digital cookie, the money is paid up front. So from a parent standpoint, it's great. I know that the order is paid for. I can deliver it. I don't have to try and connect with the customer to collect their payment. I can, if it's someone I know, maybe my neighbor, I can leave it on their, I know that it's safe if I leave it between their 2 doors on their side porch. So I don't have to try, my girl and I don't have to try and connect with the customer to deliver those cookies, or I can leave it, at the office or wherever without having to do that. Of course, we still recommend, as always, that the girl, is writing a thank you note or sending the thank you in digital cookie, but of course a personal note is always welcomed on your box of cookies as well. And it's a great opportunity. The girl can include her link on that handwritten thank you note or printed off thank you note, and make sure that people can buy more cookies or share that link with people that they know to buy some of those delicious cookies as well. So we're really working to do everything we can to get as many girls and parents on the site so that they can have that ease, collect those payments, have all the accounting taken care of. It makes it easier for the leader. She's not trying to track down money from parents. She's not having to run that money to the bank. So this is really a win as much as possible to get girls into digital cookie. Also this year, you'll see in digital cookie the Family Entrepreneur Pin, which you'll find in your book on page 20, somebody found it earlier. So there is a new Family Entrepreneur Pin this year. So it's on page 9 in your manual. If you've been around for a few years, you might remember the little diamond-shaped cookie activity pin that's been around for a very long time. When it came out, it was tied to the 5 skills, and it was a great tool, but it's it's kind of stagnated. People are still buying them, but certainly not in droves. I would bet the average parent leader doesn't know about them. So we recognize that this entrepreneur program that we have, the cookie program, is such a great skill-building thing for girls. that we at GSUSA actually have an entrepreneur lead, and she took what was the cookie activity pin, and she has reframed it as a family entrepreneur pin, because we recognize the girls who are successful, they're doing it with the support of their family, and that when families are informed and involved, that the girls see bigger success. So the families and the girls will work through activities together. They're available online, or the activities will be available online, both at the girlscouts.org site and in Digital Cookie on the Badges tab. So parents can pull those up with their girls, work through the activities, and earn the pin. Now the pin still has to be purchased, so the parent needs to let the leader know that they've earned it, and it needs to be purchased in the store along with other badges and pins and things they might be buying. But all the recognition or all the requirements are built into Digital Cookie, so that's another great new thing this year. Next slide. I think it's the last slide. Oh yeah, it broke here last night too. Only you guys are lucky, because last night when I broke it, I took out the entire everything. So I didn't set her computer on fire today. So that's a plus.
Yeah, just a moment while we get that.
Just a side note, while we're getting the slides back up, we are anticipating that the Lemon Ups will do slightly better percentage-wise than the Savannah Smiles. So you guys were at 6 to 7% Savannahs. We think we're going to go maybe 2 or 3% up of that. So when the trips are looking for guidance, that can be a help. And I'm going to turn it back to Heather to talk about the digital order card one more time.
So just again, a look at your metrics, and a reminder that customers purchasing directly from a girl, whether it's at a booth or door-to-door or at a parent's workplace, they're purchasing about 4 boxes from the girl on average. Customers purchasing on Digital Cookie for in-person delivery are purchasing on 6 or 6.5 boxes. So again, the more girls that are on it, not only is it great in the back end, it's not have to deal with the payments and tracking the customers down, but those customers are worth more to the girls. They are now 6-box customers instead of 4-box customers. Shipped orders, this was the 4 gift boxes. Hopefully we'll see that go up with the new gift packaging this year. But customers purchasing shipped orders, we're purchasing about 7.5 boxes for every order. So in addition to reaching customers that they probably weren't reaching previously, girls probably weren't calling all their relatives all around the country asking to buy cookies and shipping them out to them. So now with their Digital Cookie link, girls can send those out to all their relatives all around the country. The customers can choose to purchase it. And, a lot of customers actually want to purchase Girl Scout cookies. They want to support a girl that they know, and they don't have a way to do that. So certainly lots of customers are taking this, and there is shipping fees associated with it. It's not Amazon yet. So the customers are okay with that. They really want to support the girl, and they're buying 8.5 boxes. We also found that the number of donated cookies purchased online is significant. So some of our real savvy sellers are remembering to ask customers if they want to buy cookies to donate. But I would tell you that most cookie sellers probably don't remember that. So having it built right into Digital Cookie is an option. Customers are buying cookies themselves and donating some, or think, gosh, I'm on a diet because it's January. I don't want to buy any cookies, but I will donate boxes, or I can't afford to buy cookies right now, plus the shipping, but I want to help her, so I'm going to donate cookies. So it really is turning out to be a fantastic option that lots of your customers are utilizing. So we really encourage girls, get the links out. There's no harm in asking. They are not customers that they were reaching previously. And if they don't buy, they don't buy. They weren't buying before. But if half their customers even donated 2 boxes of cookies, that's maybe 10 more boxes, 20 more boxes of cookies. That might be a whole next level recognition that they wouldn't have reached otherwise. So we really encourage people to get that out. And I will turn it back to Justin now.
Okay, thank you so much, Heather. So I'm going to talk about some of our rewards this year, and I'm going to have Angela help me with this a little bit. Get that loaded again for you guys. So we had some samples at our in-person training last night, and you will also be able to check out a rewards kit for your cookie rallies if you're interested. So here are some photos of some of the rewards that will be offered this year. And I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead so Angela can
back up real quick. Yeah, so that we can go ahead and talk about, we did add at the 250 level this year. We did add a package to the 250 level that we haven't had previously. And with the raise in the prices, in the increase in prices of cookies this year, we did want to make sure that the girls still got the same quality of rewards that they've gotten in the past. So we really did a deep dive into those to make sure that those are still relevant. And we did add that 250 level prize as well. The girls absolutely loved that when they were able to look at those. So that is something that we added. Okay, move to the next slide.
Thank you.
And if I forgot to introduce myself, my name is Angela Brooks. I'm the marketing event specialist here at Western Oklahoma. And one of the fun parts of my job is that I get to plan all of these girl experiences when it comes to rewards. So all of our upper level, higher level trips have kind of shifted a little bit this year, and we're super excited about it. Based on what we heard from some of the girls. Camp Samoa will stay the same. It will be June 12th through 14th with one girl and one female adult able to go with them to spend the weekend at Camp Ikawa and experience that. And then at the 2,000 level, instead of Great Wolf Lodge this year, we are trying Epic Waters. It is the largest indoor water park in Texas. We're super excited about it. You will still have the hotel stay upgrade available if you want your family to go, but that will be as well for a girl and one female adult, July 25th and 26th. We have changed the dates on some of these different activities just because of different feedback that we had heard that May was just a really crowded month. Sometimes you weren't able to utilize the outdoor facilities at Great Wolf. Epic Waters also has an outdoor facility as well, and we want you guys to be able to utilize that and be able to enjoy that. So we kind of switch dates around so you don't have to miss any of those recitals or graduations or anything like that. The 3,500 box trip, we have changed to Universal Studios Orlando this year. We are super excited about this based on feedback that we've gotten from some of our girls. Disney has been great for the past 3 years, but we are changing that just a little bit, and we are going to experience Universal Studios, Harry Potter World, Volcano Bay, and all of the fun different things that comes along with that. So we are super excited about that, and I can't wait to see what the girls do.
Thank you so much. Another incentive this year is the S'mores Adventure Club. And to be a member of the S'mores Adventure Club, the girls must have sold 12 fall product items and will need to sell at least 100 boxes of cookies to be included in the S'more Adventure Club. And with that, they'll receive a patch and $25 towards any council, resident day, weekend, or travel camp session. So now we're going to speak to the rewards in eBuddy. Back to Tallery for just a moment.
Sure. So the very last thing that your troops are going to do after they've assigned cookies to all the girls is to select rewards for the girls. There are some levels where there will be choices. Hopefully the troops are checking in with the girls to see what they want. And this is what it looks like from a troop perspective on the rewards tab. And from your perspective, this is also what it looks like. This is where the troops make the choices. From your perspective on your rewards tab, all we need from you is your best address so that we can send those boxes to you so that you can get them passed out to the troops. So that's what it looks like on your rewards tab. Please fill that out before the end of the season. And we are getting to the end, y'all. You've been so patient. Thank you. One more word from Angela.
All right. When it comes to the regional food bank, and this kind of correlates with Operation Cookie Drop that everybody is fairly familiar with, we think that with the price increase, there might be a little bit of a harder sale on the Operation Cookie Drop. So we're kind of adding a few things to kind of help with those sales for Operation Cookie Drop. We all know that a lot of our partnership with the regional food bank, a lot of our do go to the regional food bank. So we're doing a couple of fun things. You're still going to get that Operation Cookie Drop patch at 12 packages and an Operation Cookie Drop event and T-shirt at the 24 plus packages, which we are super excited about that event. So we're changing that up a little bit this year, and we're actually going to do a Girl Scout Cares Give Back option for the girls for that event. And what that's going to look like is we're going to make it a big opportunity for the girls to go to the regional food bank, volunteer. We're going to have a morning session and an afternoon session that we'll sign up for. We're going to have a DJ. We'll have servicemen and women there. And something you guys have been wanting for a very long time, we will actually hopefully be taking cookies off of a trailer and giving them to the regional food bank as well as having a volunteer opportunity with them. So we are extremely excited about really elevating the opportunity for the girls to give back after the sale to Regional Food Bank and to our community, because that is an important part of scouting and an important part of the sale, as well as selling and earning all of our rewards. We're also giving back to our community. So that is something we are extremely excited about, and we cannot wait.
Thank you, Angela. There are a few more promotions listed in the back of your manual and that I can have you read more detail on in your own time, but just to highlight, Little Red Wagon Day is February 8th this year, so make sure and take photos of your girl and send them in to info@gswestok.org. A photo with their name and hometown, so that can be featured on our social media. And there is a section on page 26 that you can read more about our 4 for More promotion. If a customer purchases 4 boxes, they can be entered to win a drawing of, I believe it's 60 boxes of cookies and a cool, comfortable, inflatable couch. National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend is going to be February 28th through March 1st. Again, please feel free to take photos, create videos, and send those in to us at the info email account so we can share those on our council social media page as well. Lastly, I want to highlight the Cookie Pro contest. It is an opportunity for 24 girls to win a VIP trip to Orlando. More information can be found on the Girl Scouts website, and the registration will open, I believe, February 1st for the Cookie Pro contest. So just kind of keep that on your radar. And again, thank you so much for taking your lunch break to hop in on this call with us and do the training. And thank you to my support here, Tallery, Heather, and Angela. I appreciate you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Now would be the time to submit a question. If you have one, I'll hang on the line here for just a minute or so to see if we have any questions.
And that's on the right-hand side of the page, underneath questions for council, I believe is what it's called. Anything for GSUSA or the bakery or for Jessica or for Angela would be appropriate. Hopefully you guys are still there.
Okay, so the question is, are troop leaders responsible for ordering the rally tees or the service unit? That is a great question, and let me get further clarification on that. I believe that it is the troop leaders, though, because that link will be included in the rally kit event registration. So I'm going to go ahead and say for now it's the troop leaders that are responsible for ordering them because they have to collect the money. So I hope that answers your question. Any more? Okay, thank you for your time.